Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I know things are weird. If you were part of the TikTok community, and that truly became a community, we 5 years ago kind of stole it away from it just being teenagers dancing, and created community, created activism, created support. I mean, it was a source of mental and emotional health for some. It was a source of income for others. That was a lifeline, or meant, being able to get groceries. So if you are feeling that loss of community, I just want to say that, I will absolutely hold space with you. I actually built really quick. I was looking at my old videos because I downloaded some. And I realized the video that I made where I was like, oh my God, 20K, are you kidding? Because I felt like it went fast. I was thinking that was June. My first video was very end of November, almost December 2020. I was on there for a while, but afraid to make a video. I hadn't done any videos here. It really cracked the ice. I don't know that I would be here if I didn't put my training wheels on with TikTok, which was so much easier. People were being raw and authentic. And if you were on it in 2020, you will remember that women were messy buns, admitting that their life was driving them crazy, drinking wine in the kitchen sink, just out of camaraderie and out of community, and normalizing when it just doesn't, when everything isn't perfect. Because a lot of other places on social media before TikTok, there was, the pretending of perfect. Here's my perfect family. Here's my perfect life. Here are my perfect, look how hot I look in this picture. Everything was airbrushed and filtered, and TikTok came along, and it was just it was supportive. It was normalizing. It was, it was another place of community, but it became a really funny, my God, the hours I spent laughing and the hours I spent crying, watching seniors that were working at Walmart have everyone donate so that they didn't have to be almost 80 and working at Walmart to pay it. Watching strangers come together. Was there garbage and toxicity? Sure. But it's people. You're going to have garbage and toxicity wherever human beings that are, toxic. It's going to exist, whether it's a workplace or a community place or whatever. There's still going to be. So if you're missing that, and especially if it was a lifeline for mental or emotional health, for anyone, I want you to know that I am absolutely holding space. I make sure my spiritual hygiene is okay, and I know what not to let drain my energy. I am someone who can absolutely hold space for you, right? So I'm here. If you want to pop off in the comments, pop off in the comments. If you need a venting chamber, absolutely. This is also a really amazing community. So if you're new here, and I know I've gotten, absolutely because of Lori Rivers, I've gotten quite a few new subscribers and even members. So if you're new here, it's a community place. Am I a wise ass? Will I get right in the camera and be like, God damn it? Will I be feisty? Yeah. That's all authentic, but just like Lori, there's another authentic part of me that is community driven and holding space driven. And because I've been there, because it felt like everything was crumbling and I needed community and I needed support, and I still do. So, because we're all, right? We're all learning and growing every single day. So, hi, Hannah. So I just want to say that if it's not the same, you can't scroll. I mean, you could binge if you want to, but you know, it's so funny. Before TikTok went down, I thought I'm going to record Sundays. I'm going to record Sundays because my Sundays, like, I'm packed solid. When I'm done with this live, I will be in client sessions gratefully and happily because I love that space. I love client sessions. I'll be in client sessions and then probably joining Lori's live stream, not with her, but like I will be in the chat on Awake Space, in her Patreon. I don't know if it's YouTube and Patreon, but it's at least, and she's got free levels of Patreon, but that's at 7. I won't even be done with all of my clients by 7, you know. I'm getting busy. So I thought, you know, I will start recording. I'll start recording my 12 signs, the Sundays, this what we're doing here. And if you've been around a while, if you know, you know. But now I feel like with TikTok gone, I feel like it's important to be here. I feel like it's important to hold the space live. I feel like it's important to create the space. So I will probably be here every other week live. I am on, let me say it properly. I am on Xiaoheng Shi? Am I saying that right? The little red book, Red Note. And it's really kind of wonderful over there. If you haven't joined Red Note, I'm going to tell you, their community guidelines and like there is, the culture is just kind of kinder. It's very kind. I hope all the TikTok refugees don't ruin that, but I don't think they can because the community guidelines, it's just a different vibe. I don't think that you will see people fighting over there. I don't think it'll go very far if people try. But it's all these incredible humans. Talk about Pluto and Aquarius. Holy shit balls. These people are amazing. Do you know, I've been on that app probably a week. This morning I woke up, the app adjusted, and now they have translation so that you can translate everything in English. It is like a whole bunch of us were like, we don't have a place to meet, to commune. And so we started over on Red Note, and the welcoming, the kindness, and the sharing of their lives and all of the lies that we are sold about how people live over there and how, you know, it's very, very interesting. But also, put all that aside, right? Put the politics aside, put the propaganda, how we've been pinned against each other aside, right? They're just beautiful human beings. They live in a different geographical location. It's pictures of, first of all, the food videos. And they all speak English. We're the ones that don't have like 5 languages in our pockets, right? I mean, some people do, but it's not like the norm here. There are children teaching you Mandarin. There are you know, English teachers teaching Mandarin that are Chinese. There are, the animals are the cutest animals I've ever seen. They all look like Pokemon stuffed animals. But the gardens, the relaxing videos, that like people are giving spa treatments to their animals. Like the idea that they mistreat animals over there as the majority is completely false. If you need a serotonin, if you need to relax, probably if you need to regulate your parasympathetic nervous system, I'm not kidding. Go over on Red Note. You will feel welcomed. You will feel a sense of community. You will feel a sense of less separation in the world. But also, just the videos are meant to all be like lovely. I mean, like I could do a whole hour on this, but if we think about the culture and how they are meant to live, they're like, no one can not buy groceries. There's like almost no homeless people in China. The way that they honor and take, none of their kids are doing active shooter drills. Like, it's not meant to be as high stress. Do people have stress? Yes, because they're humans and we have families and finances and all of that stuff, right? And health. But holy cow, it's so like, and I'm sitting there and I'm able to watch with my 15-year-old, and we are just like laughing and smiling, and it's lovely. So if you haven't gotten over there, I totally suggest that you do. It's very interesting. If nothing else, it will broaden your horizons, and that's always good. We're here to grow. We're not here to figure it all out at 20, stay the same and die. We are here to grow and evolve. That's why I'm Susie Evolutionary. It's not just because it rhymed. All right, we are going to talk about the astrology currently, what that means for you, and then I'm going to pull cards, which, you know, I'm so happy to be in all of these astrology sessions. And I still pull cards for some people, not in the sessions that I'm doing over on Lori's page or off, with her. But I miss pulling cards for all of you. Checking in on the energies. So just to reiterate, this is a space for sure that you can come hang out if you missed community. The people that are already in this community are just really wonderful, welcoming. There's no bullying on my page. That it's not the energy I invite, but you won't get a reaction out of me. So bullies don't really do well here, because if they're looking for, and hecklers, if they're looking for the reaction, they won't get it out of me, because I truly live that other people's opinions of me are none of my business. You can tell me I'm fat, ugly, stupid, and a scammer, and I'm going to be completely unaffected by that. So there's not a lot of that over here, and certainly no one's unkind to each other in the comments. And if I see that, the moderators probably won't even have time to do something about it, because that's not welcome. That's not what's happening here. Okay. I hope you will stick around. It's more than tarot. It's astrology, it's tarot, and we're going to talk about the things that help us with our mindset and with our healing. That's always kind of peppered into everything that I do. With that being said, let's talk about the Venus-Saturn conjunction. Having this conversation with a friend that, it's a really beautiful conjunction. And as we know, Saturn takes about 3 years, a little less than 3 years to go through a sign. So will Venus conjunct Saturn once a year? It's about 18 months, because with the Venus retrogrades, it can take about 18 months for that conjunction to happen. However, when it does, what we can do is take the things we desire, take the things we want to attract in, take the things that make us feel value and that we value. We're talking love, money, all of that when we're talking about Venus, because it's really attraction. When it is conjunct with Saturn the way that it is, Venus is just starting to separate, but it's still a conjunction. They both moved into 16 degrees. You have the ability to put structure to the things you desire, to the things you want to attract in. You have the ability to concretize what you want to bring into you. And because it's in Pisces, this is really like, what can you dream up and then put the work to have it get done? So it's not, the difference between a dream and a goal is the plan you put with the dream, right? And and a deadline, which you have to be gentle with yourself. But we have that. We have a gorgeous trine from the moon to Jupiter. And Jupiter's in retrograde. Right now we're at a Gemini rising. So, Mercury, of course, is of interest to us. And that is, Mercury is also having a conversation. It's squaring the moon. But that is just, and Mercury is in Capricorn. And Capricorn is kind of like very focused on the facts. Capricorn Mercury, how it expresses either in transit and sometimes in a person, is that they want to deal in facts. They want to deal in how they can help you. How does what they have to offer, what their mindset, what they want your mindset to be, and the words that they offer as quickly as possible, as directly as possible, get you to a place of elevation in your life, in whatever subject matter, right? That they think is needed for you. Because they're going to parentify a little bit in all their relationships. So that Capricorn Mercury they might live off brevity, but it's important brevity. It's not bullshit conversation. It's not needless details, right? So when we have the square to the moon in Libra, you could have conversations with people in the last day and in today and possibly tomorrow, where you could feel like maybe they weren't as polite, maybe they were too direct. I just want you to keep in mind, if that communication comes in, or if you're giving that communication to somebody else, be aware that you might come off like direct, blunt, and I know that your intentions are good, but with the moon in Libra, it may be received like impolite. And if somebody is talking to you like that, just know that like as ill packaged as the advice, the guidance, the conversation may be, it's probably meant well. And then the moon Jupiter is really beautiful. Look where you Look where you value something that you missed an opportunity because you wanted to be polite, because you wanted to be diplomatic, because you wanted everything to be fair for everybody, and sometimes that just can't happen. Where when we look at Libra moon, we're talking about that 7th house energy to some degree, and what we sacrifice for ourselves to make sure other is doing well, right? And so today with Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini, looked at missed opportunities, missed expansion for yourself. And then use the Venus and Saturn together so that you can put a plan to the desire, to the dream. And my goodness, if you have some 3rd house talents, if you have some natural writing talents, if you have natural poetry, if you have natural musical talent, this is a wonderful time to like get the lyrics down, do something with them, offer them, if you're not musical, but you are lyrical, and find somebody that is musical, like, hey, do you want these lyrics? Or get it out there into the world. One of the things that I love about Lori's podcast, which drops every Monday, but she starts it off by saying, helping you take those inspirations and turn them in, and aspirations and turn them into something in the world. And that should be the goal of all astrologers, that we're trying to help you concretize the energy that's available and the best of you, even when sometimes that seems foggy. Which, when doesn't it, right? We can't always see the best of us. Just like The best astrologers and the best metaphysical practitioners will always have somebody else read for them. It's a little harder to be objective when we're looking at ourselves, whether that's going in one direction or another. So, you know, this is great. Phone a friend. If you have that direct friend, if you have that direct family member, if you have that person that's going to be blunt and like give you the truth, you know, with a smack in the ass and a hug, it's a good couple of days for it, especially if they can help you put a plan to those dreams, right? To put a plan to those desires. We won't have a Saturn-Venus conjunction, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. So like we won't have that for decades, right? Because Saturn's going to move into Aries. And we have a Venus retrograde, which I'll do a video on, coming up in a couple months. So, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. And if you have any questions, put them in. I can't give a personal reading through comments, but put them in the comments. If you have any more questions about how Saturn and Venus work together. They work very well together. You know, it's like a couple where one dreams and the other one's like, I want to help you, you know, take care of those dreams. Maybe one person is pragmatic and more financial based. And the other one is so good at like coming up with the idea, the inspiration. So they work together very well as a couple. And in Pisces, love. Okay, let's start off with Aries. I am going to pull cards for what you can get out of all of these aspects for each sign. Let's just give it 1 hour. Okay, I had to. There we go. If you lost me, you'll get me back in a second. Using my ethereal tarot. I have a couple of decks out, but I'm just gonna like grab whatever I feel. Thank you to my moderators. All right, clearing any energy that doesn't belong to me. And you know, the energy is yucky right before I start Aries. Sorry if anyone's taking timestamps that I'm like oscillating. But the energy is a little junky right now. It's a little, and if you can hear my voice, you probably are already kind of in touch with your gifts, or just you feel other people's shit, right? And you shouldn't be able to feel other people's shit all the time. John Edwards says, don't say you're an empath, say you're a metaphysical person or a metaphysical practitioner, because an empath is like risotto that absorbs whatever liquid is around it, right? And we don't want to do that. We don't want to carry everybody else's stuff the way the risotto carries the influence of whatever liquid is around it. We don't want to fill up with toxicity. And when there is weird fucking energy going on in the world, we don't want to take that all in. And if you can intuit, and if you've been having like, feeling like things are gross, like the energy is gross, like something feels off or something feels suspicious or something feels dark, welcome to the club. We are all feeling that, because that's the energy, not for us as an individual, not in our individual lives, but kind of what's going on at higher levels, the power that be that, you know, influences the environment and the stuff going on in the world. So, I'm going to do my spiritual hygiene out loud. This is the trifecta that I use. And if it's a weird day, I use it several times a day. I call back my power to me, and you can repeat after me. Spirit team, I call back my power to me from anyone using it with or without my permission. Never not feel that one. Spirit team, I let go of any energy, not my highest good, or just not meant for me to carry all the time. And spirit team, I choose to transmute any negative energy being done, you know, whether with or without intention, or nefarious energy towards me, around me. I choose to transmute that. Me personally, I'm going to transmute that for my connection to my collective right now, and for my health and my energy levels, because I have a busy day. You know, and for the right clients and the right community to find me if they're going to benefit from it. So that's what I'm going to transmute that energy from into. So I highly suggest everybody gets themselves some good transmutations, because we can't keep people from being stink, stank, or stunk. We can't keep people from treating us in a way that they should not treat us, or not think about us in a way that they should not think about us, or we can't keep people from talking shit. Hopefully that's where it ends, and we can't keep people if they want to do stuff towards us, right? Like, which there's too much of that. There's too many people and fake people in DMs saying like, hey, do you need a spell? If anybody's messaging you first, it's red flag. But we can't stop any of that, but we can take the energy, clean it off, put it through our own little car wash, and send it back out into the world in a way that benefits us. I don't do return to sender. That's me. I don't want to be in that back and forth with anyone. So I'm just you're going to send it to me. I'm going to take it. I'm going to clean it off and use it in a way that benefits me, my family, my clients, my community, and sometimes my bank account. I absolutely have transmutations for like the worst of what can be said about me to help create security for my family and I. I do also have just like metaphysical appointments on my website if anyone's interested in like learning those or getting more grounding or spiritual hygiene stuff. Okay. Now, Aries. What, just for Aries rising, sun, moon, Venus, and first house placement stelliums. Let's get a card as a message from the guides, a card for, you guys want, it's Venus. Let's do a card for love, a card for money, career, and a card for advice for all of this missed opportunity, concretize your dreams energy. Okay. So first a card for, okay. We have the Death card. Something is transforming. Either you're transforming in how you let love in, Aries. How you know, Aries is kind of like Capricorn, where they're a little bit Captain Save-A-Ho. They want to advocate. They want to save. They want to be the knight in shining armor. They want to save the bird with the broken wing. And they come in hot and heavy. And who doesn't like that? Well, maybe you don't like that. But I'm an Aries moon, so I do like that. But I like it for like 3 seconds. And then there needs to be follow through, right? And so it could be either really letting people show you who they are, my Aries energy, and not just getting caught up in the, you know, the fireworks that Aries energy can bring, and that Aries energy likes, right? So like now what turns you on? Listen to me. This is like, this is your new mantra, Aries energy. What turns you on, what you find really hot and really attractive, is consistency and follow through. Set an alarm in your phone to tell you that, whatever you need. But that is, you are transforming. Could somebody be coming back? I mean, it's in the upright. It could be that something's leaving, so something else better could come in. But I really do believe that this is about, like, the tarot should really kind of be about you, unless you're specifically asking about somebody else. This is about you transforming all the stuff that, like, breeds dead relationships. That, you know, fireworks go up high and then they come down quick. So this is about you and what you kind of don't ask for in relationships, because the hot and heavy is your thing. You do it so well, and maybe it's a little bit your insurance policy. Like, it's so sexy, it's so hot, it's so, that chemistry is like you could cut it with a knife. You could feel it in, you know, every ounce of your skin when you're even speaking to this person, or even if it's a regular conversation and there's nothing, you know, scandalous about the conversation, you may still get the feels. And making sure that there's more than that, and that is not all the reason that they're interested in you. That is there. This is very interesting. We have an Ace of Swords. Came out sideways. That is for money and career. Sometimes we need to know what feels like divine placement, divine intervention, divine energy. Like, oh, this job was meant to be. I was supposed to meet this person, right? So there's something that you might think was sent in by universe or your guides or whatever, that you might think that it is that kind of meant to be, or guided, and it's asking you to take a step back. This could be around money and impulsivity about what you're going to invest in, spend on, put money down for. So just take a pause for that, and construct the long-term plan. So when something does come in, and you know, you can test that. You can use pendulum, you can use card, you can use yourself as a human pendulum, you know. But there's something that you want to be divine, and it's, I feel like somebody's just really good at being so influential and making it, packaging and making it look so good, whether this is like you should leave this job for that job or invest in something. But I don't, with this card, I don't think that it is like a psychic hit. I think it's decent, but don't risk everything for this thing. Okay. I'm going to make sure I put the little thing that we're doing. Where'd they go? We're doing Aries. If anybody wants to take timestamps, that would be amazing. And if anybody wants to put like the emojis for wherever we're at in the reading, that would also be amazing. Okay. What is the guidance for this particular energy for the Saturn? Thank you, Juan, always. What is the best advice for the energy? I feel like today would have been a day for waterproof mascara. Okay. Oh, there's two here. Yeah, long-term stuff. Something that starts as the Page of Pentacles ends up as the Ten of Cups right now. There is a long-term plan. You're going to have some faith for it. Aries, there's a possible stability in a relationship. It could be romantic. Could be family, could be a friendship. But there is, and I mean, like, if this isn't your family, this will be somebody you consider chosen family. This is like there'll be stability, like this relationship, however it's coming in, this is till you die. But it's going to start off small, and that is a challenge for Aries, to start off small. But that is the advice with this Pisces Saturn conjunction. All right, let's look at Taurus. Okay. Taurus, let's take a card for you for love. I'm kind of over this deck though. Ooh. Hi Rose, hi Zoe, hi Adva, hi Hannah, hi Shauna and Juan. Who am I missing? Hi Vanessa. Okay. Taurus. You know, you're a Venus ruled sign, so you might really be feeling the Venus Saturn. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, second house placements. Okay. Taurus, something is... This is so interesting. I have the Ten of Wands. It's upside down. There's a burden you've been carrying. Possible, you know, depending on how fixed Taurus is in the chart, how much mutable, how much cardinal, where you're at in life. Taurus doesn't love the change period. It doesn't mean they don't like their freedom. And right now with Uranus and Taurus, which by the way is just coming out of a trine with the sun, and hi Annika, it's in a sextile with Neptune. It is in a sextile with the Mars retrograde. It's in a strong sextile with the Mars retrograde. You could be rethinking things right now. I mean, but Taurus sometimes will stay in something and find alternatives to alleviate the discomfort of staying in a difficult relationship, rather than going through like the breakup stuff and feeling unstable. The appearance and the feeling of the stability sometimes feels more important to the survival mechanism of Taurus than being happy in the relationship, being fulfilled and satiated in the relationship. You're so almost done. I think that if I'm talking to you, you may have been emotionally done with something. Listen, this could be a house, it could be a person, but we're talking about love here, right? So like it could be a relationship with a friend that you're over and you haven't had that conversation. It could be, you know, you have to have a family breakup. You have to go no contact with a family member, but it is love. This is somebody that you did once love. And with the Ten of Wands in reverse, it means to me, this means you're very close to actually putting down the burden, actually not carrying the heaviness. And I'm just going to say this. Taurus loves touch. Taurus loves all of the human primal comforts that come with a good relationship. So when they stay in a bad relationship, you know, they're Taurus. They're often attractive, if not in 6 different ways, then in a way that they can be magnets because they are Venus run. The heaviness of feeling something for one person and acting on that in any way because it's too hard to leave the other thing you're in, that can make you ill. I have zero fucking judgment on that because everybody's trauma responses are different. But it will make you ill in other ways. It can trigger other bad things, right? So like, this, I'm very happy to see this for Taurus because it means you have a new beginning probably pretty soon in something that's going to make you live really authentically and fucking happy. Also second house energy, Adva, that's a great observation that you feel. And sometimes, and I say this usually and I didn't today, sometimes when I'm reading for your sign, nothing will sound relevant, and then another sign, it's like you're reading for me but this isn't my sign. Your guides will get you to the messages you're supposed to hear. Okay, money, career. We're doing love, money, career, and then like a specific message just for the energy right now. Oh, we have a Knight of Pentacles. You could have an offer coming in, Taurus, for a new job. You could, this is something that it's gonna move slow, so you might like hear about like, hey, there's going to be an opening. This could be also your sign to then go apply places, or trying to find the brightness on this, to apply places, or again, we're in long-term plans with Venus Saturn, right? And the Knight of Pentacles moves slow, sometimes painfully slow, but they're not there for a good time like the other Knights. They're there for a long time. They want to create the stability that actually has longevity. Okay, this is so interesting. We have another Knight, but it's in reverse. I prefer the Knights in reverse quite a bit. But Taurus, if you talk about the things that you really want in life, your desires and your dreams, which mean a lot to you, because again, you're Venus run, and you like the concrete thing in your hand, right? Venus is active and it's tactile in Taurus. But you say things, you limit yourself, and you limit your words and your thoughts to yourself. Like, yeah, that'd be nice. And just figure it's like off the table for you. The way that you speak passive aggressively to yourself is never going to help you concretize. It's never going to give you the thing in your hand, and that's what you like. Use the Venus Pisces, figure it out, write a plan, like make a slow plan, right? But it's telling you to stop speaking passive aggressively to yourself. Like, you can't have that. Oh, that would be nice. Oh. Also, don't speak passively aggressively to yourself. Like, somebody tells you you're funny and you say, thanks, but looks aren't everything. Like, stop being passive aggressive with yourself. It's repelling the Venusian energy that you value so much. Said what I said. Okay, we are on Gemini. Michelle. All right, Gemini, card for love, card for, well, that's nice. A card for money and a card for advice. Damn, Gemini. It's funny because it's Gemini rising right now. And we have Jupiter and Gemini. There's a lot of energy from missed opportunities. Restructuring, rethinking how you expand. And also, like, if you bit off more than you could chew, how you kind of consolidate that. And not let it put you in, like, the harmful mind cycle that it's failing to restructure your expansion. That's why it's good. Listen, I always say, like, for the mundane astrology, the GOAT is Lori Rivers all the time, right? I say Lori, like, I feel like you should all know who she is by now because I don't stop talking about her for years. But Lori Rivers, the Awake Space, right? It's good to know what's coming up for you. It's good to check in on the energies. It's good to check in on your trauma responses, but also kind of knowing what's going on with the world, right? So if somebody says now is not the time for crypto and you try to expand your financials with crypto, it's good to have both pieces. So I'm always going to say that. And mundane astrology, I know mundane sounds like boring or whatever. It's not, and it's hard. If she had a soundbite following her, it's like, don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard. Well, she knows how she did it. Years and years of study and some extra special gifts. But it is always good to have that other piece. Okay. Let's get that last card for advice, and then I will tell you what your cards are saying, Gemini. It's not so shabby for Gemini. Okay. Gemini and Libra, I promise you are going to get the same advice right now. I'm so sure of it. Okay, we got the Nine of Pentacles. This is the self-love card. Whatever you have done, Gemini, to walk into a room and again, it's all mindset. I'm going to say this, I'm a Gemini Mercury, right? And so I used to go out I used to do hair and makeup for a football dance team, like a professional football team. And I used to work with magazines. So that means like models. So I had a lot of, they sit in your chair and they're getting a counseling session. Like I was doing a lot of this before I was doing a lot of this professionally. So I had all these bonded relationships out of trust and they used to call me Yoda. But we would all go out, right? And a lot of them were way younger than me and they're models and professional dancers, like stunning. And what I will never forget it. One of them said to me, I was a single mom out on the weekend without my kids and I had worked 3 jobs all week. I did not need a drink to have a good time, right? My Jupiter trines my Mercury. And they would say to me, like, I just want to get to your level of confidence. And I did not understand this because I was a deeply insecure person at the time. Still have insecurities, right? I'm still always trying to be better, but I did not understand. And I said, please explain this to me. And she said, oh, you walk in the room and you just know, like you're the hottest thing in there, or you're the, like you're the best choice. And I'm like, oh, no. I just know that I'm surrounded by like stunning women and I am there for a good time. My mindset is not about the competition. It's not about somebody that confidence. So it would be funny to me because I would be going out with like one of my friends was a model that had been on many Vogue covers. I was friends with some kind of famous people. And sometimes it was me going like, no, don't buy me a drink. Don't. And it was because I didn't care, because my mindset was not, I'm not as good as these people. I just accepted that like I was that, and that's not, I was always the funny girl. I wasn't there for the aesthetic, right? But that level of mindset where I just wasn't scanning the room for competition. I would dance till I was sweaty and gross because like my mindset wasn't to look pretty all night. That's this, Gemini. Geminis, you might feel a little overwhelmed. You might feel a little overthinking. Right now is the time to completely reset the way that you think about yourself, the way you think about confidence. I had 3 kids, and I had a body that said 3 kids, and these girls had bodies that it was mindset. This confidence, this level of self-love, when I tell you what that will bring in, and then use your discernment. But right now, with Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde, it is time for you to completely make sure, A, you're not overwhelmed and that you're not overthinking. You guys are the masters of resetting mindset. You are the sign of taking in all the information. You are the sign of mental acumen, intellect, thoughts, words. You're naturally built to excel at mindset. If we can calm the overthinking, if we can calm the overwhelm. This is, don't worry if they like you, worry if you like them. That's what this is. And I want you to, like, again, put that in your phone, think about it. But whether, you know, that's in a new relationship or in a relationship where you have to, like, reassess what's going on and how you're treated. Don't worry if they like you, worry if you like them. Took a long time to get to say that. I could have just said that to begin with. Juan always teases me, like, I need cliff notes to the readings. I really do. Remember how I said Capricorn Mercury was out of brevity, relies on brevity? Guess who's not a Capricorn? My Mercury. This girl. Okay. Who has 2 thumbs and doesn't run off brevity? Okay. So Ace of Cups for your money. Something is coming in. Something is divinely guided, Gemini. You may get a job offer, a partnership offer to work with. Like, there may be something you want to do that's kind of like side hustle or grow something. If it just feels like, okay, so get out of your head, get out of the overthoughts, get out of all the information and all the things that could go wrong. Yes, I said that. Stop that. And I want you to feel into your body. I want you to close your eyes and just check in with your body, because there is something here that's beautiful. And it's not, this is your money and career reading card, but it's not just, this is like working with somebody you love, or this is doing something. I gotta tell you, I fucking love what I do. I never feel like I'm working, ever. I almost feel guilty for the level of how much I love what I do that pays my bills. It's so wonderful. And so this is kind of this could be an entry into that sweet spot of vocation, which is your calling and how to make money and have a career based on what you're meant to do and what will satiate your soul, which then naturally gives you joy. There is something coming in though. Then your advice is Queen Cups upside down. That's when I was like, I bet you and Libra get the same because of that trine right now with the Libra moon. Yeah. Whatever insurance policy you're trying to do by being really nice or very complimentary, so that you're likable, stop that. There's somewhere where somebody's taking advantage of your energy, and your energy needs to go into growing the idea behind the Venus right now, because you know that Venus-Saturn conjunction, which is gorgeous, is squaring your placements, Gemini. And so what we want to do is, we really would like to get you to a place where your energy isn't going into kindness and politeness are two different things. Being kind and being likable are two different things. Please do not conflate them. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to be perceived as bitchy for having boundaries. And it's okay not to be likable. You can be kind and not give a shit whether you're likable or not. Do it every day. And that was a struggle. As a Cancer sun and a Gemini Mercury, which is my chart ruler and does a whole bunch of other stuff, and my final dispositor, I'm telling you, that was hard. That's why I like being old. I like being a well-seasoned chicken. Okay. Cancer. Now I can't not hear it the way, I didn't know if you were, because I know you're psychic as hell, Shauna, so I didn't know if you just like felt Sadie's energy, like the cat that I had there for a little bit that passed. I didn't know if you felt her. That wouldn't surprise me if you did. Now every time I think Cancer zodiac, I can only hear it the way Cancer. Cancers, your placements are trining that Saturn Venus conjunction. You are opposing. Your energy is, if you're late Cancer degrees, you are hugging on to that Mars retrograde. You're opposed by possibly the sun right now and Mercury. So, and you're square the moon. So today can feel a little challenging, but you're a cardinal sign and Cancers are not crybabies. They're tough bitches. So sometimes the challenge is like, don't dare me unless you want it done. So today has the potential for a lot of growth. It also has the potential for feels. So here's the thing I want to say. If you're like frustrated at something, just claim that thing frustrates me. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to fix it for somebody else. If your kids or your friend comes to you and go, I hate that this keeps happening. Don't say like, oh, don't worry. It doesn't matter, whatever. Let them be and let them process it, right? Like we have to feel all the feelings. Pretending something's not a problem, if it's a problem, doesn't help find a solution. So, feeling all your feelings, having the feels, having a cathartic cry, letting it out, better than in, as the great philosopher Shrek says, better out than in, abso-fucking-lutely. Sitting and marinating in sadness or disappointment, that's when it becomes unhealthy. So all the challenges in the chart today, let them help you rise up to the challenge, because as a cardinal sign, you are very fucking good at that, to help, grab that Venus Saturn by the balls, as they say. I don't know who they are. They say a lot though. Let's pull the cards. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, 4th house energy. You have been summoned, Maricela. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Don't forget, when we have retrogrades, we are restructuring. We are re-strategizing. Let's get one more. Okay. 2 came out instead of 1. So you have the 3 of Wands. Cancer's stubborn as hell. I can say all those things because I am one, and I have a Cancer Mars. So it makes me extra stubborn. Talk to the people in my life. They will tell you that I am. Tenacious is the word I like to use. It's all about the phrasing. I'm rebranding myself from stubborn to tenacious. Ta-da! It's that easy. When we have the Three of Wands, we have to sacrifice something, or we have to sacrifice two things to really commit to one. And then it's like, okay, I did the thing, and that's hard for Cancer to let go. So like, I did the thing, this is my desire, this is what I want more than anything. I can't have it all. I can't take it all with me, right? I have to leave the trauma responses. If I want a new thing, then I have to close out some old cycles, right? And you are moon-based Cancer. You are moon-based. So every time that we're having moon phases, you may feel it. Every time, of course, we're having lunations, you're gonna feel it. And that can make you feel like, did I do the right thing? Did I not? This is not in reverse. There's not a regret about what you're choosing here, but commit and let things go. It's like your ship's gonna come in. Talking about ship coming in, you got your own major arcana card. The Chariot card is here for, with Mars in Cancer in retrograde, it's re-strategizing career. It's re-strategizing how you execute, not just repressed anger that politeness will keep you sick. It will keep you unsafe. You can be kind. You don't have to be polite. Not if it keeps you from being safe, and not if it keeps you ill because you're shoving stuff down. That will make you sick, like physically ill. Don't do that. And you know what it does? It creates a structure for unhealthy relationships to live because it lacks authenticity sometimes. The pressure to be polite. The Chariot card means universe is taking you somewhere. Let it. Leave the other things behind. Your advice for the Venus, this is very interesting. There's a Venus-Saturn conjunction. Listen, you're a water sign. The Venus-Saturn is in Pisces. It could be very dreamy. It could be very like, I want that thing. We have to be careful when there's a lot of water energy and some of it is Pisces and Neptune is direct, that we're not like, that thing is mine if that thing is not yours, right? There is a King of Wands that you've been kind of like, now could this could be somebody like, do this with me, do this, move with, let's move, let's start this new business, let's, bump uglies. It is whatever it's supposed to be. You'll know. But the King of Wands sometimes is in a little ego, but they're not afraid to walk through the fire. There's probably something very attractive to you about somebody who's like walked through the fire carrying buckets of water for somebody else. This person might be pretending to be that and isn't going to continue to show up. And again, just like Aries, cardinal energy, the follow through, repeat after me. Do you know what you find so fucking hot? Consistency. Do you know what you find so goddamn sexy? Follow through. That is what you like. That is what you like. You have been kind of confused what to do. You really do know what to do. You might have to put the King of Wands on a shelf. Discern what you want. Discern what you need. Because the energy is a little foggy right now in Pisces with the Neptune there. And you have that extra. The moon is squaring, right? The Capricorn stuff is opposing. So we are not running into this person. It could be male or female, but this person is very confident. They're coming, like they're talking a good game. I don't know if their follow through is there. I'm just saying. All right, we are on Leo. It's very hard to see these emojis because because they're putting a bright yellow circle. They're putting a white symbol in a very light, bright yellow. Who thought of that? No. Every year I make fire honey, but if you are feeling the flu symptoms, please slow roast some garlic till it's like sweet and can be spreadable. Put it on some toast. Sourdough is great because it'll also help your gut because sourdough is fermented. And put some onions in honey, in raw local honey if you can get it, and let it sit for a few hours and then drain it. I don't care what you use that honey for. You could use it in tea, or you could just do a shot of it, put it on a spoon. The properties, what happens with the onion and how it breaks down and the gases and the honey and the raw honey, it's better than anything ever between the two, the roasted garlic and the onion honey. Just glad you're safe. Okay. Leo. You know, if you're early Leo, you have Pluto opposing, which is, you know, can be very good for you. That's going to be a long-term transit. Uranus is squaring, and you might feel like an absence of fire right now because there's kind of nothing going on in the fire signs. The North Node is moving into Aries soon, but you know, right now there's kind of not. So you might feel a little like, where is my fire? Take that cue and like reset. Sanctuary if you have to, ground if you have to, because then the fire's coming. What, 5 days, the moon will be in Sag, and then we're gonna have so much in Aries coming up. It's you know, the Mars is in retrograde. It's time to like pull back, rest, re-strategize. And you've got a couple of things squaring and opposing. So like Cancer, it's time to go inward and use that energy to, you know, if you're pissed off, if you're frustrated, if you're pissed off that they took your TikTok away, if they're pissed off, use that rage for productivity right now so you can get the most out of the, okay, we're kicked, I guess. It will not fly for me. We are using, I love this. I got this deck from our lovely Annika. I didn't even know it existed. It's the Starman Tarot. Based off David Bowie. There we go. Okay. Leo, you could be feeling anxiety around relationships. Don't let it torture you. That Jupiter and Gemini in retrograde is sextiling your placements, which could really feel. It does fit Leo. Okay, this is also if you have 5th house placements. There's a little anxiety, overthinking around relationships and love. I promise you that won't help you. Again, I'm going to give you the same ground and feel into your body. Instead of the overthinking and the overwhelm and the, like, what they're not, I feel like it's about what they're not saying. And you don't want to assume, you don't want to be made a fool of. That's not your bag. Feel into your body and try to put your focus someplace else. I do feel like whatever this is, it's probably in better shape than you're thinking it is. Oh, I just got a big chill. I think it's in better shape than you think it is right now. So the overthinking, careful of sabotaging it by like asking a million questions. If they feel like they have satisfied like what your concerns are, you have the right to ask questions. You have the right for transparency when you're navigating a relationship, if that's where everybody is at. There's still some overthinking. There still might be like, I don't know if I can believe that or if I'm interpreting the right way. I'm telling you, be kind to yourself. And I think this is in better shape than it needs to. You'll feel better when the fire comes back into the sky, kind of, and it feels more at home. Again, right now you kind of have squares and oppositions, and that Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde could make you feel like a little overwhelmed. Annika's still here. So you may feel a little isolated at work. Again, all these cards make sense to me because Leo's stuff is a little challenging right now. And again, you'll feel better in about 4 or 5 days. So the Five of Cups can feel like isolation. It can feel like you're being ghosted. It can feel like communication's not good with your work buddies or with your work higher ups, whatever it may be. That's gonna go away. That's gonna go away. And careful who you are sharing with, careful who you're talking to at work, what feels safe to confide in or what feels safe to like vent to may not be safe. I'm just saying, just tread lightly on that for a couple more days. Money-wise too, you may not feel as supported. Watch, because Leo's really fucking generous. So sometimes if you're like so generous and the support's not there for you, this may be putting you in a position to kind of rethink where you put your priority, your energy, and your generosity to. Fucking Leo, man. They are so loyal. I tell my friend Robin, I always talk about her when I'm talking about Leo. If you have a really good Leo friend, that is ride or die. That is, they will... That is the, like, you're not gonna have a conversation, like, you know that saying where it's like, I don't want to know what they said about me, I want to know why they felt comfortable talking about me with you, right? That'll never be your really good, like, healthy, grounded Leo friend. They're not having that conversation with your Leo friend, because your Leo friend is gonna threaten to, like, gut them like a deer and laugh while they bleed if they fuck with their friend. Like, that's not... So, like, they're very generous and they're very loyal, and then sometimes they get hurt when they don't get that back. So sometimes maybe this energy where it's feeling very challenged is time to just rethink, reevaluate. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, Venus, Saturn. You may have a group project or a thing that you're doing with somebody else, or feel like you can't do something without somebody. There's almost like an alliance or a friendship or like something. Could be siblings. There's something that's supposed to dissolve so that you can get what you want to do. Like, I feel like you're holding back because you don't want to make somebody else feel bad. Are you guys going in the Discord and summoning people to bring them into the chat? It's hilarious. Or are you just using your psychic abilities to summon people? Sorry, there's a very funny conversation. If you're ever watching one of my videos, definitely worth it to watch it while the chat replays, because there's some funny mofos in this community. Yeah, don't let like the idea of like we're together and we have to do everything together, because again, you're Leo and you might not get that loyalty back, but please don't let it hold you back, because there is something going on right now with that, you know, that Venus Saturn, it can be really, really beautiful for you. It's in conjunct, so it's not going to feel like there's anything in common. It could feel like a little foreign. But please do try to check in with that to make sure that you're not letting like a group situation hold you back, where somebody else is asking you to go do something, but you're afraid somebody else's feelings are going to be hurt if you go do it without them. Like, it can't always be a package deal is what I'm hearing. Okay, Virgo. Where are my closet freaks at? Can you all hear Nikki going hello in the background? Okay. Virgo, you guys have the Capricorn energy trining, Taurus, Uranus trining. We have Jupiter. In a square, and Pisces in opposition. So there's a lot asking you to show up right now. I almost just said something and then I thought I will get my video flagged. I'm a Virgo rising and I have several other Virgo things. So like I probably am like go the hardest on what, like, you know, I also have, so because it's never like, I think all the signs are great, and I will never ever ever, and I talked about this Friday night, you're never supposed to have a personal relationship with one sign or another, experiencing them in a toxic or negative or even abusive way, and then put that on all the other people who have that placements. So so I love all of them, and also I might call you out on some things. All out of love. Okay. Virgos, rising, moon, Venus, 6th house energy. There is something here about a happy ending. We have the happy ending card. This is the 10 of Pentacles. This is like end game. This is like the relationship with the stability. So like it's the love, but with the stability. If you're questioning whether your situation has the ability to go the long haul, I would say this card is good confirmation. Also, this could be how you choose to do family. How you choose to do family. You may be like, I want to buy 3 acres and put small homes on it for me and my kids and build a little like cul-de-sac for me and my, you know, like, or have my sister have the house next door or whatever. This is love. It's like real satiated, like happiness, joyful love with the stability, with the structure to hold it and give it legs. So congratulations to the Virgos. This is an excellent reading for Virgos. Kind of got the bustin' reading right now. Virgos, you have the Queen of Cups for your money and there's a situation possibly at work or possibly Virgo's another one. You could be used to giving and maybe not always getting back. I don't know. Virgo doesn't really do it for that reason though. Not that Leo does either, but like Virgo wants to serve. Sometimes Virgo needs to make sure they're getting reciprocity in any way, just from universe in one way or another. There's a situation. Virgo can also harden after a while because they're like, can't do this forever. There's a situation where how generous, how loving you were, it's going to come back to you. And I believe it's going to come back to you financially. It's like on its way back. And let's not forget that if you have later Virgo, you have been challenged by Pluto in a very long transit. Back and forth and running over and reverse, you know, Uno reverse over your placements there for 15 years. And so when I'm sitting here telling you like you get there's a happy ending and there's like money coming in because you made the ethical right decision. Right? And sometimes being ethical doesn't always pay off. Sometimes doing a good deed around here is like wetting your pants in a dark suit. Gives you a warm feeling no one notices. So there's something coming back for you. Again, we have a Knight of Swords in reverse. Just don't be passive aggressive to yourself. Don't tell you can't have something. You can have anything you want. I know the Venus and the Saturn are opposing you. That just means that they're on the other side of the seesaw. So like, as pragmatic as Virgo can be, like allow yourself to dream and then don't talk yourself out of it, Virgo. All right, are you ready? In the words of Dr. Facilier, are you ready? Libras. Did I do a little Virgo thing? I think I did. Hopefully I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. One, if you are not on Red Note, the cat content, top shelf. Liam and I are just sitting there watching like video after video going like this. They can't even be real. They're so cute. And the red pandas. So there's animals I've never seen before, but oh my God, they're so freaking cute. Okay. Libra. That's interesting. Okay, hold on. You're being protective of something like Libra. There's something that you work towards, and I don't feel like you got there easily. You know, because you want things to be nice and make it nice. Because you want things to be diplomatic, because you don't want to have to be rude to anyone. There's something that you worked for here, and you're defending it. And if you have any hesitation of whether standing your ground is the right thing, if it's like rubbing you the wrong way or going against your normal mode of operation, especially if you're like, I want to say Libra Moon, Libra Venus, or Libra Rising, even more so than Libra Sun. I have the Nine of Wands here. It's usually like the battled, bloody, bandage wrap, like you shall not pass. Keep your boundaries in your love situations, whether that's romantic love or any other kind of love. 100% keep those boundaries. Okay. Ooh, 2 9s. 9 of Pentacles. Money, career, again, it feels like you made hard changes, Libra placements, 7th house placements. 9 of Pentacles is like picking the fruits of your labor. This is the prize at the Cracker Jack box. This is like you did the work and you get to pick the prize. Something's going to be happening, moving. Ooh, that just gave me a chill in career sector. Is going to build different kinds of money or wealth. You have these 2 9s. If you're Libra and you're into like the numbers and clocking the, you got 2 9s here. See what the third one is. I keep saying, evidently they have them as pets over in China. And I have been saying to my kids for years, I want one. And they're like, Mom, you're crazy. You can't have one. And I'm like, look at them eating grapes. I want one. So a couple of years ago, they all brought me a red panda stuffed animal. Like I'm some crazy old lady. Like, here's your red panda, crazy old lady. So I have a red panda in my bedroom. Sadly, he is not alive and eating grapes though, but he does stare at me. He's very cute. All right, that card is not hitting the floor because I don't feel like bending over. Holy shit! I read a lot of tarot. I've been reading a lot of tarot for a lot of years. That's the first. That's a first. I cannot believe you got another 9. And I really wasn't, like, I was sitting there talking about something else. I wasn't like, give me a 9, give me a 9. Okay. Libra, you're kind of getting the same thing that Virgo and Gemini got, which does not surprise me because it's air. And while they're mutable and you're not, it still can give overthinking, right? And like trying to make everybody happy. So we have 9 of Swords here, which is like caging yourself in your own thoughts. I feel like maybe whatever it is that you did here and you made some hard moves and you did some like unusual stuff for you, and now like you're going to be able to pick the fruit of your rewards, like right before you're going to be able to like pick those, you're going to doubt yourself. Please remember this reading, Libras. It's not going to help. Ground yourself. Create alarm in your phone. Create an alarm in your phone. And let it remind you. I'm trying to find the right words for Libra while I'm picking for Scorpio. Let it remind you fuck fear and fuck shame, because I deserve every single good thing that comes my way. Set it as an alarm in the middle of the day so you'll definitely see it, and at least read it. Retrain your brain. You will retrain your brain setting an alarm in your phone for anything where that you need to rewire how you're thinking about whether you're allowed good things. Okay. We are on a Scorpio. Scorpio, the Saturn Venus is trining. Mars in retrograde is trining. Still have the opposition with Uranus, so things may be churning up in your life, but just don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to hold on to it. Sometimes Scorpios can feel unstable because they have such Phoenix energy. And it's like, that's the energy you came in with. You're not a complete fuck up. Like, things move and change because they're supposed to for you. And you're usually all so brilliant. Fucking icebergs. It's all under the water. One of my creme brulee signs. Okay. That was crazy with the 3 9s. All right. This is pretty amazing. So there's a fear in a relationship, like if you leave, somebody's going to steal or take something from you. I don't think they have as much power as you think. If you are worried that if you're in a relationship and you feel pulled in 2 different directions, Scorpio, now is not the time to step out, because I do believe if you do, you will get caught. Also, if somebody's trying to do something bad to you, they will get caught. That is just that is the love, that is family or romantic relationships. Your job is the World card. Some of you, I'm feeling like, are either getting ready to retire or like transition into a job that just doesn't ask you as much. And some of you are just getting ready to transition or get like a serious upgrade at work or like finish school. But this is huge. This is the World card. This is a huge, huge change. So, I mean, it's an excellent card for, you know, and something might be coming in that's going to change money. That North Node is going to be trining all of your stuff too when it moves into Pisces. And you get the Confidence card. Understanding your worth is so important, especially for Scorpio. I know they always walk in the room like they own it and they're about it, but it's the iceberg under the surface. They might not feel as confident. That is your advice for the Saturn Venus, to bring that to fruition, to get all of it out of it that you can. Okay. I feel like the collective messages always come in hard for the first few signs. We are on Sagittarius. How my Sages doing? Lovely, sweet. Don't tell the waiter they brought you the wrong food, Sag Moon. Or don't want to complain about it. If you are Sag, please listen to the beginning of this where I go over all the energies and talk about spiritual hygiene and talk about like absorbing other energy that you don't need to be absorbing. Okay. All right, in love, there's either you're somebody else's fantasy or you're fantasizing about somebody else and it doesn't feel like it could be real. Wait a couple of days when that moon moves into your sign, Sag, because it feels very foggy right now. And that would make sense too, because you got that Neptune squaring. Also, somebody is thinking about you when they are having like alone time. I had to feel that, so I'm sharing it. You have to know it too now. You definitely are somebody's. There's an obstacle at work or in money. It's gonna get removed soon. It's gonna look a little scary. You're going to have to wait for it to play out, but it works out in your favor. Not even going to show you the card. This is where you're going to have that Sagittarian faith. You have an Ace of Wands. That's what I'm feeling. That's like right through the sacral chakra. You know, and Sagittarius can be a little randy. They can be a little like, don't mean to ooze sexual. Even like if you're a shy Sagittarius, you probably ooze like sex appeal to other people. And sometimes it's not comfortable. Sometimes it doesn't feel safe. I'm going to tell you that is your sign to spicy manifest. Whatever it is that you want. Of course, you have to make a plan because you're Sagittarius. So you're mutable and you're fiery. We want you to have a plan. Use the Saturn. But spicy manifest. I have a video on spicy manifesting. I feel like it's a short on this. But I will make another one later today. Because this energy is going to be here for a while. But that just means instead of calling out somebody else's name when you're having a low time, you call out the thing you want. Like, yes, 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 $5,000. Yes, yes, yes. Promotion. Nothing in your brain and nothing in your body will fight you at that moment. It's an excellent way to manifest. And somebody else is thinking about you, so you're like surrounded by that energy. Use it. Like I told Leo, use the rage. Use that. I said what I said. Capricorn. You've got the sun and Mercury in your sign right now. There is like direction. There's illumination. There is the words for it. There is like the directness. Please harness that. Also, you could be re-strategizing on the other side. You could also be re-strategizing how you do feelings, how you balance work, how you balance family. Certainly the energy is allowing a lot of like pullback. I don't even think like you need the Saturn Venus. Like you're Saturn Venus all day, every day. You know how to like put a plan and elevate. This is also good if you have 10th house energy. The last reading was great if you have 9th, and Scorpio was good if you have a lot of 8th house energy. I know I have some loves in here that have a totally different sun than Scorpio, but they have a lot of 8th house energy, and they find the Scorpio readings relevant. Okay, you got a King of Cups. You got somebody coming in, Capricorn. I feel like the King of Cups is constantly in and out of your energy, like for years. This might be somebody who has Cancer energy, but there is somebody who has now matured. Are you going to let him in? I don't know. You got a King of Cups. This also could be somebody who has really created a lot of emotional maturity, and they are a good person to look at. Or this is the kind of partner, because like Capricorn parentifies a little bit, and sometimes that they can choose partners that like almost need parenting, and that doesn't usually work in relationships. So like this is your clue to find somebody who's already emotional mature and does not need you to like finish raising them. I said what I said, Capricorn. All right, let's see what you got for money. And I mean, but it's potentially like beautiful love, but you got to know if somebody like this picks you too, that it's not competition, it's partnership, like real partnership. You don't have to worry about who looks better, or like you have to be a little above so that you can take them to better places. It's not that you want to be like better than somebody or have somebody feel worse or be inferior. It's that you're constantly climbing and elevating. So, you know, the assumption that they also need that sometimes works into like a parentifying your relationship. So try to pull back from that. Okay. Work smart, not hard. I know that's a weird thing to tell a Capricorn. You can pull back a little bit, re-strategize too. I mean, that Cancer Mars is in retrograde for a reason. There's a way to kind of like re-strategize. It's funny because they feel like there's probably maybe I said in the astrology, it may be asking you for like work-life balance. You can ask for more money, Capricorn. Ooh, you can ask for more money. Like raise your prices if you offer services and work a little less. You are at that place. I don't care if you're 25, 30, 45, or 65. Something is too much. And you're all about the growth, but ooh, it's not leaving you time for growth. I'm going to take a message from your guides. I just don't think that you need to be creative too right now, Capricorn. Like, lean into the creativity. If anybody can take like completely abstract creativity and make it into something solid and profitable, it's you. Ooh, this won't give me. I was like, maybe I should pull. I thought to myself, should I pull an oracle card for Capricorn? And then I let it go, because that's not what I've done for everybody else, but then it won't give me another card. So calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. You know, sometimes Capricorns live off like caffeine and stress because they feel like that's what challenges them to elevate and climb and achieve. Work smarter, not harder. It doesn't have to break you to like prove your legacy. The cards said what they said. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, let's get you a card for love. Ooh, these are not the right cards. You're claiming that? You don't have to claim it. It could be yours without claiming. And if anybody ever tells you have to claim something, or if you don't save a sound or claim, I mean, I know we're not on TikTok anymore, but people do that all over all platforms. You don't have to claim anything. They're doing that because it gives them engagement. Oh, this is interesting. Aquarius, you have all hearts. All hearts. In love, there may be a realization that somebody was not who they presented to be, which is hard because Aquarius usually runs off authenticity. And they don't mind if you're quirky. They like you a little weird because it means you're fucking interesting, which is the most important. You can't bore them. They're like, Gemini, please don't bore. Like, don't be predictable. Don't try to be cookie cutter. Don't try to be like a Kardashian to an Aquarius. It's not what's going to hold their attention. They are the like that don't impress me much kind of, just because they don't like, they'll probably be proud and impressed with just who you are, but like going out of your way to try to like, yeah, that's not attractive. Somebody might not be who you wanted them to be. This card kind of came out sideways. The other thing is a love situation that has triangulation may be ending. You know, I also have, please book readings for astrology if that's what you need. But if you don't want any astrology and you just need card reading, those are also on my website if this resonates and you feel like you need more. We also have a bit of like, Aquarius, why are you having, you know, it's transformation time. Things are going to be, and you have like a grand trine with the moon and Jupiter in retrograde. There's something going on with like work stuff, career stuff, money stuff, where you can do anything. You really can accomplish anything, Aquarius. The people around you might think that you're reaching, like this is too big of a goal. Take stock of everyone around you to make sure that they're really, you know, Deadpool maximum effort, because I feel like some people are kind of like half-assing it. That you might have involved on a project. That also might be what's breaking your heart. Also, if those two are connected. But what I love is the Saturn-Venus conjunction card. It's the Four of Cups in reverse, which I love the Four of Cups when it's in reverse. that means you're letting go of attachment. Now, listen, Aquarius could teach a masterclass on not having unhealthy attachments, but it's also about not trying to, it's kind of like, I can't remember who I said, but like somebody's holding you back because like they feel like you can't do anything without them. This is about other people's attachments are not any of your problems. Go make that thing happen that everybody else thinks is too much of a fantasy, that's too much of like a big reach. It's not, and you can totally do it. Please don't not take advantage of the Saturn Venus, please, because it's very supportive of you. It's very supportive of you, and just it's like maybe a little bit of others holding you back, because Aquarius might be direct and they may not have a lot of bells and whistles sometimes when they're talking, but they're very, very loving, and they care so much that it's fair to everybody that they will hold themselves back sometimes. Now, if you're shitty to them without attachment, they're going to walk away. But if they care and you're a nice person and you're still holding them back, they want, you know, they're the sign of the humanitarian. They're never cold. I hate that. It's such a misunderstanding of the sign. Okay, Pisces. Your cards flew out. Flew out. The quickest of any other. You're getting justice in a love situation. And I just got another. That's like the third one. Ooh. You're getting justice in a love situation. You might be getting an apology from somebody, but don't go back with them. I just heard that so clearly. You might be getting an apology. Sun, Moon, Rising, 12th house energy. The last one was good for 11th house. Put down the burdens. That's your Venus, Saturn. I feel like you're getting an apology from somebody, but don't take them back. The justice is that you can say, thank you for your apology. I appreciate your changed behavior. And this helps us have closure, Pisces. Don't let them talk their way back in. But you're going to get justice, and you're also going to get like, that doesn't mean you have to be like, it's okay. If somebody says, I'm sorry, don't say, oh, that's okay. You don't have to say, thank you. I look forward to your changed behavior. Or this helped give closure. You do not have to like let everything go because somebody said 2 words. It does not take a lot of effort to let those words fall out of your mouth. Unless maybe you're a Capricorn. Then it takes effort. But because they're hardly ever wrong. So why would they need to apologize? We have the Ace of Cups. Came out sideways. You're so close to like a money or a career situation. There's a lot of people pleasing here. Yeah, something's coming in for career or money. Pisces, you are in your divine villain era. And I say divine villain era because it's not as villainy as you think. Saturn is in your sign. We are standing 10 toes down on business and boundaries. You are standing 10 toes down on business and boundaries. Take the apology. Don't take the person back into your life. Don't settle. Something is coming in for money and career. Oof. Pisces, man. To make that Saturn and Venus come together, you have to put down the things that you don't have to carry. Stop carrying things for other people just because you can feel all of their energy and you can feel their pain. You can have understanding for somebody's bad behavior and not continue to exchange with it. You can have understanding and empathy and love and sympathy for somebody else's bad, toxic behavior, even if they're a good person. You can have understanding for the toxic behavior and not exchange with them or accept the toxic behavior anymore. You don't have to hate them. It doesn't have to be black or white, but you are in your divine villain era in the best way. We are standing 10 toes down on business and boundaries, Pisces. Community. I gotta fly. I am now working for the next like 5 hours. I love you. Now you love you. And I will talk to you all soon. And if you're in membership, let me know if you had any questions about the learning series. We did houses 3 and 4 last week. And let me know if you're a membership. Write down on that video in the comments whether you want me to just go ahead and do 5 and 6 next week, or you want a different subject. Okay? Because I couldn't show up last week, I'm just going to make it to all members again this weekend. And it'll be 2 days again. I had a masterclass workshop on Saturday, so I couldn't go live for members. But so I'm just going to open it up to all members again Friday and Saturday. So let me know what you guys want in the comments. If you haven't subscribed. And I love you all. Bye. And there's community here. If you're missing the community on TikTok, there's community here. And in membership, you get a Discord. You can go hang out with your peeps all day. There's lots of community here. Have a great day.